Hey everybody, it's time to look at the Gamecom. This little guy here was supposed to be the competitor to the Game Boy. And you know what? It failed miserably. But before you go off, and we start making fun of it, let's talk about some of the advanced features that it does have. It's got a nice directional pad. I like how it's bumped up here. It's also got a stylus, which means that it's got a touchscreen. It's one of the very first game consoles. It's kind of a low-resolution touchscreen. It's not very good. And it takes 2 game cartridges. That's right, you could have 2 of these bad boys plugged in for on the go. The game cartridges were this big, and there's quite a few. I happen to have almost all the games for it. I don't have all of them. Some of them are really sucky, and actually all of them are really sucky, but a couple. So, the game relied on a backup battery to save your high score in any data you put into it. Runs on 4 AA batteries, and they did make smaller versions. The first version they made ran on 2 AA batteries. It has 1 cartridge slot, but it had a front light that was kind of an indigo green. Then they ditched the front light and started making the console in all these really fruity colors. But it was the same price, so you would want the front light. You could play it in the dark, and the screen is super hard to see at, the way it is. So when it kicks on, it starts screaming at you about being active and stuff like that. And it's got a really weird thing. It's got a contrast dial over here, and it's also got a volume knob. But it's also got a sound button. But when you hit the sound button, it comes up with mute. Well, why not just make the volume knob turn down all the way and mute it? That never made any sense. It's got 4 buttons, A, B, C, and D. It's got the menu, sound, and pause. You could pause the game. So, I mean, it's kind of neat. It's got some advanced features on it. And we'll be getting into those in just a minute. I'll be showing you all the little features. It's got a built-in game, but you can also have cartridges. It's got a calculator. It'll show you your high score for all your games. And I guess you could show your friends if you weren't too ashamed to own one of these. It's got a game of built-in solitaire. It's got a calendar, and it also has a phone book. So you could sit here and, I don't know, look goofy and like, hey man, what's your address? I'll put all this in here. It's kind of weird. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the Gamecom. This is a Gamecom. And just so you get a size measurement, here's a AA battery. So I'd say about 4 would go across. Now when you bought the games, they came in a package just like this. I'm not going to be ripping this one open. This is the only unsealed game I own. It's basically was meant to hang basically at the toy section of the store. And rated E for everyone. This is Fighters Mega Mix. Sega didn't make this though. Tiger made all the games for the system, and it shows. If you look here on the screenshots, this is kind of unique. The screenshots look way better because the screen on the Gamecom is unbelievably horrible. One thing I did notice here is, what the heck is this guy right up here? What is that? I have no idea. He's just like some silhouette of the robot from... I forget what movie that was, but that's exactly what it is. The old 1950s version of it. The Day the Earth Stood Still, that's what it is. It's that robot. Yeah, and it says right here that use the CompeteCom cable sold separately to challenge a friend. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me you could compete with somebody? I don't know anybody else that owned one of these. I don't think it's going to work. So yeah, this is the original model of the games. They came in this plastic. It would drive you nuts to get open box. The later versions were in a smaller one. And matter of fact, the Scrabble came in this smaller box. It was, I'd say it would fit like right here on this. They were a little easier to get into. I don't really care. I'm never going to open this because I don't think it has the right to live. That's just my thought on it. Here's the unit. Now, I'm sorry about the nick in the screen. Funny story, it fell off a shelf. I'm not really scared of it. This Gamecom, however, yes, I have 2 of these. This one has a problem with the screen. There's lines through it, but there is no nick. I just don't understand why. So, let's go ahead and kick it on here, and it's going to yell that it's been active to us. It could hardly get through that animation. So, like I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here, because there's not much more you need to see of me pushing buttons. So, here it is. You got cartridges, you got a phone book, you got a calendar, calculator, high score, and solitaire. So, we'll get to the phone book here.
So yeah, it's a basic personal information. You can say, I don't know. Oh, yeah, there's no record. And you can actually say new. And you could type in the person's name. So let's say here. Yeah, it's bull. Calendar. Yep, 1997. Welcome back to 1997, everybody. And that's pretty much what it was. You could just sit here and... yeah, boring. Anyways. Calculator. Yeah, that even took time to load. Yeah, it's a calculator. High score table. So as you can tell, I was playing Solitaire, Resident Evil 2, and Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem I scored 21 points on. Ooh, yeah, that's very impressive. Now, it did, to its advantage, when you would actually use the battery feature on it, it would save your high score. So, I mean, it's okay, I guess. Like I said, if you have anybody you really wanted to show this to, which I don't know of anybody I would want to show this to. And Solitaire. Built-in Tiger Solitaire. Or Solitaire Tiger. And it's a simple game of Solitaire. And yeah, I'm not very good at Solitaire. I hate the game. Yeah, see, and then you could just... yeah, anyways, so yeah. You're not supposed to put the games in when the system's on, but I don't really care. The game cartridges are here, and they're just cartridges. So let's go ahead and jam in some. We're going to take a look at, tell you what, let's get two of the simple games out of the way. Let's pop Henry, and let's put Lights Out in the system. Alright, so they're in there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cartridge. Now you get a menu selection, so that is kind of neat. And let's go ahead and play Lights Out. Yeah, isn't that ingenious? Lights Out by Tiger. Oh yeah, buddy, we're rocking here. Alright, let's start the game. So basically the objective is to get all of the lights out. Okay, gotta hit start. So basically you just tap, or you know, lights out. And you know what? This is actually pretty effective for this screen. Tiger should have stuck with more games like this. I mean, you know, these are good games. They take advantage of the touchscreen. Okay, that's pretty much Lights Out. That's getting annoying. So we're back out to the Gamecom menu. We're going to go ahead and go back to cartridge, and we're going to look at Henry. I haven't played this one in a long time. Yay, it's Henry. Alrighty, once again, trademark a Tiger. Player 1, your turn. Okay, I'll take my turn. Okay, I gotta find the goat. That's a horn. Now the computer's going.
My fellow Americans.
Ooh. I gotta find a horn. Oh, what do you know? I got lucky. I get to go again. There's the goats. Yeah, it's horrible. That music does not stop. Okay, you get to choose between, I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume down. You get to choose between Sonic 3, Sonic 2, and Sonic and Knuckles. Let's go with Sonic 2. You get to play as Sonic, Knuckles, or Tails. Let's just go with Sonic. Okay, this is the game. It is slow. Every time you pick up a ring, guess what happens to the game? Yes, it freezes. To play the animation. To play the stupid ring noise that just freezes up the system. Even if you mute it, it locks it up. Look at that. This isn't Sonic, it's a travesty is what it is. Sonic was fun and about speed. This is slow and look at it. My goodness. The screen doesn't update fast enough for the graphics. So you're just going to go run in here. I've never actually beaten much of this. I don't think I've ever gotten past the first level on any of these games. Okay, yeah, I can't take much more of that. For instance, Sonic 3, it's the same thing, just it kind of looks like Sonic 3 from the Sega Genesis, which was another great game. This is, yeah, this is screwed up, is what this is. Okay, Batman and Robin, and let's see here. Let's just start. Select your hero, Batman or Robin. Let's just go with Batman. Doesn't matter. So you get to pick what you want. I'll take the Batarang and the Ice Blades. That sounds like fun. Level 1, Stage 1. Keep that screen in mind. This is Batman. Look at that. Yeah. I'm like dancing, baby. Look at me. Ooh, looks like Batman's getting into it. Listen. I don't think that's a good sign to graffiti your name into a video game. Yeah, look, I can jump like 20 feet in the air. Okay, I've had about enough of that too. It's Scrabble, the crossword game. Okay, copyright Hasbro. Let's go. Let's start. Okay, so basically you are playing Scrabble, and you can click on the little zoom in. Okay, there's the middle, and let's see here. You just place your tiles. It's as simple as that. That's all there is to it. So once again, this Frogger was in newer packaging. It's from 1999, and that's why it has the nice Gamecom border and logo on it. They finally got around to doing something standardized, but it was too little too late. That, you know, yeah. So basically, get your frog down here at the bottom, and you can jump him up here and say, okay, let's see here. You got classic, updated. Yeah, okay, let's just go with updated, one player. Let's hit play game. Basically, the only thing it does is make the graphics look better a little bit. So basically, let's jump up here. We're jumping on turtles. Yep. I believe we all know how to play Frogger.
Next time on Andy VGR.
Mortal Kombat was a balls to the wall game, pieced up to the